Gray Warfare released, and well, there might be a little confusion on this topic, so let me show you how to do it, how to leave and come back to the base. What does this guy want? You open up your map by holding M and open up your big map. Now, when you leave your base, you want to select an LZ. So you click on the LZ, and then up here you can see that it says landing zone pickup, and this will take you from your base to this LZ. When you're out in the field, however, you want to click on the base and it'll say the same thing but with different text, base camp, and you hit call transport. And that is how you go from the base to the field and from the field to the base. When you're in the base, click on an LZ. When you're outside of the base, click on the base and it'll send a helicopter to your closest LZ. This is what your character looks like. So you got helmet, glasses, mask, your gun, headphones, vest, melee, sidearm, and then this is your inventory spaces for said things. This is your safe pocket, your tactical belt. Some tactical belts are bigger, and then this is your pockets. So this can be filmed at level 1. You have a sidearm, but you can swap, like I said, easily between these two slots, even in the field. You have 3 traders unlocked by default. You have Handshake, Gunny, and Lab Rat. Lab Rat is basically like therapist in Tarkov. Gunny is your American firearms dealer, and Handshake just gives you gear. So imagine Ragman, therapist, and say Peacekeeper. You see these M-Fak things right here? This?
Yeah.
You can put these in your pockets. Now, you see this little icon right here? This little icon by pockets and by tactical and by your vest? Anything that you have in something that has this icon, you can hold H, right, or 4, and you can, it opens up this menu at the top. So all of the medicine that I have in one of those slots are here. So if I press H, it will show me what's here. I don't have anything there, but it'll show you what's there. If you have different grenades, you can then press G. Yeah. It'll show you that. P, same thing for provisions. Right, exactly, correct. So the M-Fak is basically a container that you put meds in, right? So say if I put, it's a 1 slot. Say if I put like, let's say we put a bandage and we put painkillers inside of this M-Fak, and then say I take another one, and then I open this up.
Blood bag fit in there?
Yeah, it would. It would.
So it's a double slot horizontal.
Right. So say I open this one up and I put the splints and the CT. Splints is for when you snap your ankles, and the CT is for like heavy bleeds. Now if I go back and I hold H, you see all these items right here.
Okay.
In order to use these, you would just press H again.
So how do you know if you have a heavy bleed? How do you know your diagnosis?
Go to health, and it'll tell you. But there's also, just like in Tarkov, there's the icons.
Are other players from Crimson gonna be present with us?
Yeah, so like if you look,
and then that's where that blue and green helicopter ideal comes into play.
So on this server, the US East server, this person right here, Tay, that is somebody of my faction. I can always see where they're at. Anybody that's in your squad will be green. So if you're in your starting town and you hear shots and you open up your map and you see blue, then that means that the shots is somebody that's friendly. Okay. However, if you don't see any blue icon and you don't have anybody in your squad, there's no green icon, that means that it's somebody from another faction and they're in your starting town and you need to be careful.
So say we're in Keybinds or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And shit's going down. Can I hail for help from like Crimson as a whole?
I think the faction radio is not implemented yet. However, you can, I want to say there's like a text chat or something. Somebody sent me a DM in the last playtest and they were like, we got enemies attacking the base. But that's because there wasn't a faction chat or a faction thing just yet. But it will be implemented. When you go to your vendors and you pick up a task, right? So you see this task, it says check the area around the gas station, check the convenience store, check the mill. These are the coordinates. So let's say this one is 141, 165. If you open up your map, it's in here. And then if you right click, you can set a waypoint. So now when you right click and set a waypoint, not only does it give you this line on your map, but if you look at the compass, I can go straight to it. And when I get there, it's going to disappear.
Gives you a heading.
Yep. The first 3 tasks all have coordinates. Now, when you go to these places, the gas station, convenience store, demolition building, and like all of the stuff in the first town, once you go to this gas station, the map will then say gas station.
Gas station.
So you've seen it and it's now there. It's on your map. It'll say gas station. You go to the convenience store, wherever that's at, it will say convenience store. So as you explore, you will unlock smaller POIs that tell you where things are at so that you know where to go if you're trying to find specific loot. The way the trading works is you will say, I wanted to sell this, right? And then I say, I want to sell both my M4s. You put those in there, and then whatever I wanted to buy, I could put this in here, right? And then I could say I wanted to get 5 of these, and it will just give you whatever it is. And it says your balance 410. So I will make 410, but if I wasn't buying these, I would make 660. And say I only wanted to sell one, and I wanted to put this in here, then I could do this. It'll just give me the balance. So that's how trading works.
Keep your change.
Yes, exactly. So it's not like, oh, you have to buy this and then you sell this. You don't have 2 different menus. You just go in, trading cart, boom, 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 and then it's done.
Can I bind like hold breath and action? Like
so,
F, you know how it's action to the same button?
So you see how my sprint is red? So my sprint button is left shift and my hold breath button is left shift. The reason it's red is because it's bound to the same thing. However, if I am sprinting, I am not holding my breath. So if you want to bind things to the same button, just make sure that it's not going to conflict with your movements and stuff like that.
Yeah, like throw a grenade and shoot.
Exactly. That would be bad. So if you want to check your magazine, you press V and it actually shows you how many bullets you have in the magazine. Now, if you press Shift V, you're going to check your chamber and it tells you how many you have in the chamber. And then if you press Alt V, chamber again, and check the mag. So it does both. Alt V does both, Shift V does chamber, and just V is magazine. V by itself.
Oh,
and
wow,
then,
wow, no alt?
And then
I don't have to use 2 fingers?
And then if you let me fucking talk. All right, we got to restart this segment. Some vests have armor. So you don't need to equip an armor rig because this is the armor slot and this is the vest slot. So like say for example, if I want to throw this on, that goes there, and then I throw the vest on, that goes there, but this vest doesn't have armor.
Oh, okay, so one's a plate holder and one's just a rig.
Right, exactly. This is just a rig, this is a plate holder, this is armor by itself.
With no rig.
Right.
So if you put the armor on that has no rig, what happens then? You get no storage?
Yeah, you don't have carrier.
So then what? You can put your mags in your bag?
Yeah, but then you can't reload because you can't reload from your backpack.
Right. You would have to manually drag it over.
They have glasses that are clear and they have no flash protection, but then you have tinted and these have plus 10% flash protection. If you get flashed, it'll like do less when you have sunglasses on.
Oh wow, so your belts now can hold shit, huh?
Yeah, so like this one only has 2 slots, but I definitely saw one that I think was 4 slots.
Where's your secure?
We call this your asshole.
Okay.
So anything that you put in there is safe.
Okay, okay, good.
You won't lose it when you die. However, when you die in the world, you respawn back at the base and you can go back to your body. However, if you die a second time, your first body will disappear and all your stuff will be gone. Also, last thing before we go, warfare is PvP servers. Joint operations is strictly PvE, and you can change your region down here, and they have a bunch of them.